We actually have, yeah, that's ninjas. We have Thunder, and somebody woke up the only Burning Abyss player still left to tell them that it was OTS Championship weekend. Alright, obligatory, don't be like the 30% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Is this ninjas? Yes, this is Ninja actually sporting off. We're playing the giant insect in here. I can only imagine what levels of combo that you can actually get to. Oh yeah, this is hilarious in this deck. So let me tell you, I love what ninjas try to do. It's just that they always kind of end up losing to the randomest things. But they can also win the most random matchups, so I guess that's a win-win out here. So we have triple copies of Ash, Blossom, and Joyspring. We have one copy of Baku, one copy of Green Ninja, two copies of Jio, the Gravity Ninja. We have one Kagero, the Cannon Ninja. We have triple copies of Mitsu, the Insect Ninja, triple copies of Space Rock. We have triple copies of Hanzo with triple copies of Tobari. We have triple copies of Book of Eclipse with triple copies of Book of Moon. Holy ninjutsu art, man. We have one instant fusion with triple copies of the ninjutsu art Book of Mystery. We have one copy of the ninjutsu art tool, triple copies of Pot of Prosperity, one copy of Rhoda with triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. We have triple copies of the Dancing Leaves, and one copy of the art of duplication. Then we have two copies of Saizo, one Cross Sheep with one Boral Sword. We have one Apollosa with one Gigantic Spright, one Exciton Knight, one Blade Armor Ninja with triple copies of the Armor Ninja, one Ultimate Great Insect, that's kind of cute, and then we have triple copies of Maizen, the Battle Ninja, and then we have two copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Dimensional Bear, two Eradicator Epidemic Virus, triple Evenly Matched, two Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up your third place finish here. And once again, I mean, considering just ninja antics out here, I think that this is pretty cool. All real good things considered. Good stuff, ninja players. I'm proud of you. Next up, out of that same OTS, was my dear friend Azzy here, showcasing Necro Valley, or Necroface. Good stuff. And let me tell you, the amount of craziness that Thunder can still do in this format, I know a lot of people kind of discount this deck, and they're like, oh, you know, I don't really want to go through Thunder combo here. This card's really good in this deck. We're also playing the Mental Tuner here, which is a psychic monster you can utility out. So you can activate one of these effects and banish up to one light and up to one dark monster from your hand and or graveyard, increase or decrease this card's level by the exact number banished till the end of the turn, or target up to two of your banished light and or one dark, return them to the graveyard, and you have to increase or decrease this card's level by the exact number returned until the end of this turn. Yeah, that's a multipliable tuner monster. It's going to get a lot of mileage in this deck. So we have triple copies of Aloof Lupine, triple copies of Ash, Blossom, and Joyspring with one Collapse Serpent. We have one Navineer with one Valkyrie. We have one Denko Rekka with triple copies of Mental Tuner. Triple copies of Necroface with triple copies of Nibiru. We have triple copies of Gamma with two copies of Chaos Creator. We have triple copies of Thunder Dragon with two copies of Dragon Dark. We have one Dragon Duo with one Dragon Hawk. We have two Dragon Matrix with triple copies of Dragon Roar. We have one Wyvern Buster and one Driver. And we have triple copies of Lure of Darkness, your triple copies of Chaos Base, triple E-Telly, one Gold Sark, and two copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Then we got the one Underworld Goddess, your one Zero Boros with your one Saruja, one Lambda with one IP, one Dahark with one Appa, one Titaniaclad with one Qingying. We have one Stellar Wind. Yeah, this card actually comes up. We have one Draco Berserker with one Chaos Beast and one Baron. Then we have two Thunder Dragon Titan. Then we have triple copies of Lancia, triple copies of Book of Eclipse, one Harpy's Feather Duster, one Thrust, two Twin Twisters, two Dimensional Barrier, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here, wrapping up, well, quite honestly, one of the more interesting takes that I've seen for this deck to date. Next up here, we have Burning Abyss. Now, all jokes aside, I mean, who woke up the one Burning Abyss player out here still playing this deck? Now, granted, the format is very wide open right now, and besides everybody kind of complaining about how diverse it is, you can take anything right now and be able to get some wins. It is not out of the realm that something crazy can actually make top cut out here at an event, especially on the more localized level. Yeah, you kind of got to play around some unfair antics, but I mean, like, if not, every deck has its own copium out here, so kind of keep that in mind. So we have one copy of Aelich, triple copies of Ash, we have one copy of Barbar, one copy of Calcab, triple copies of Seer with triple Effect Veiler. We also have triple copies of Farfa, 2 copies of Fiendish Rhino, we have triple copies of Graph, we have triple copies of Lava Golem, we have 1 Libic with triple copies of Skarm, and 2 copies of Tour Guide. Then we have 1 copy of Change of Heart, triple copies of Dark World No More with 1 Foolish Burial, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and of course, triple copies of Infinite Permanence here. Down in the extra deck, you have the 1-0 Boros with 1 Unicorn, we have 1 Nightmare Phoenix with 1 IP, we have 1 Gravity Controller with 1 to Hark, and we also have 1 Cherubini with 1 copy of Fortune Tune, 1 Downer Magician with 2 Zeus, 2 Dante, 1 Beatrice, and 1 Dante Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss. Then we got the triple Drone Lockbird, your triple Nibiru, your 1 Arby's Feather Duster, your triple Twin Twister, your triple Dimensional Barrier, and 2 copies of Trap Trick here, wrapping up Burning Abyss. Actually kind of cool, Trap Tricking into this card to blow your opponent out. Yeah, you can think Evenly Matched. I'm surprised people haven't complained about Evenly Matched yet being an unfair card. I can't believe that they let you do something that toxic like equalize the game state. Yeah, it's literally the only real thing keeping some of these decks on the map at this point. Next up here, we have some Scareclaw shenanigans. Now, I will say that we have talked a lot about Scareclaw on this channel. We've seen, between all the regionals that we have covered, there have been a lot of innovations out here for this deck. Now, once we acquire the bigger Visus Astros fusion here, you will see this deck kind of step into the light into a much better position, I feel like. Because, I mean, they're already taking the 1 Visus Starfrost, just being able to have, you know, a full combo in a much more hilarious way and then banish it to acquire another monster on their field, I think actually kind of makes this deck way more interesting. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We have 1 Fenrir with 1 Rise Heart. We have 2 copies of Unicorn. Triple copies of Parallel Exceed with 1, 2, 3 Acro. Triple copies of Astra. Triple copies of Balone. We have triple copies of the Scareclaw Cashier with triple copies of Reinhardt. We have 1 Visus Starfrost, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Change of Heart, 1 Birth, 2 copies of Rectophobia. Then we have 1 Rhoda, 2 Arrival, 1 Decline with 1 Defanging, and 1 copy of Straddle with triple copies of Imperm, 1 copy of Splash, and 1 Twin Saw. Down here in the next deck, we have the 1 Underworld Goddess, 2 Tri-Heart with triple copies of Lightheart, 1 Asa with 1 Diablosis. We have 1 Bamboozling with 1 Baguski. We have 1 Shangri-La, 1 Gaga Cowboy, your 1 Abyss Dweller, your 1 Chengying, and your 1 Baron de Fleur. Then we have 1 Baldrake, 2 copies of Craw, 2 Moonlit Chill, 2 Space Rock, triple Book of Eclipse, 1 Harvey's Feather Duster, 2 Dimensional Barrier, and 2 copies of Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up your Scareclaw antics out here with a, yeah, we're still playing a Cashdira package in this. I mean, you don't really have a reason not to. Extra deck ripping options for Unicorn are actually pretty solid in the current format. So, good stuff here. And the last as we have is Goliath? What are you doing here, buddy? Well, you control blah, blah, blah. I see that we're just trying to do some shenanigans out here with this. Okay, well, you know, sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just weird in terms of the things that they want to bring to the table in terms of innovation. Because, you know, it really depends on what's going to be the bigger innovations and just some of the ideas and things that people really try to do out here. Sometimes they work out, and sometimes you're just like, what in the world are you actually doing? So we have 1 Goliath, triple Ash with triple Gamma Seal. We have 1 Iprea with triple Fenrir. We have triple Nibiru with 2 copies of Angler, triple copies of Beaver with triple Spright Blue, 1 Carrot with triple Spright Jet, and 1 copy of Red. We have 1 Change of Heart, triple Prod of Prosperity with 1 Gamma Burst, 1 Smashers with triple Starter, 1 Talents, triple Imperm, and 1 Double Cross. Then we got the 2 Sprint, 1 Abermax, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix with 1 IP. We have 1 Soul Sweeper, 1 Djinn Buster, 1 Ninja Shadow Mosquito, 1 Mannequin Cat, 2 copies of Gigantic Spright, 1 Downer Magician, and 2 copies of Zeus. Then we have 2 Divine Karate, 1 Dark Ruler No More, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Mind Control, Triple Thrust, Triple Dimensional Bear, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here, wrapping up your chunk of relatively interesting OTS deck list. Is there anything here that you found really cool? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.